Aloha, and welcome to Tantrum House Studio 808. I'm Psychic Larry, and this is the BLOC video for the second half of June 2024. This video is sponsored in part by Green Feet Games. Their new game, Pirate Republic Africa Gambit, is currently live on Kickstarter, so go check them out. Coming to Kickstarter on June 18th is Unstoppable by Renegade Games. Unstoppable is for 1 to 2 players and will play in about 30 to 90 minutes. Unstoppable is a solo or cooperative roguelike momentum deck building game designed by John D. Clare. Use card crafting and deck building wisely in the face of unlimited threats, maintaining action and card draw momentum to become unstoppable. Also coming to Kickstarter on June 18th is Railroad Tiles by Horrible Guild. Railroad Tiles is for 1 to 6 players and will play in about 20 to 30 minutes. Railroad Tiles, a sequel to the Roll and Write series Railroad Inc., is a quick playing tile placement game in which you pick tiles and place routes to build an interconnected community. The more pieces of the same kind each new placement connects to, the more points you earn. Coming to Kickstarter on June 18th is Rogue Seas by Mighty Paladin Games. Rogue Seas is for 1 to 4 players and will play in about 40 to 80 minutes. Rogue Seas is an easy to learn strategy game. The goal is to find the 5 missing pieces of the treasure map and safely navigate the Infinity Storm and reach Treasure Island. Players must upgrade their vessel and assemble their crew in order to find buried treasure, slay lethal monsters, and plunder loot from merchants and other captains. Also coming to Kickstarter on June 18th is My Town by Gallery Auchi. My Town is for 2 to 4 players and will play in about 40 to 50 minutes. My Town is a family-friendly town-building area control game. Players roll dice and move around the board to purchase stores and facilities, develop the residential areas, and attract more people to increase the liveliness of the town. And finally, coming to Kickstarter on June 18th is The Flames of Fafnir by Lucky Duck Games. This game is for 1 to 4 players and will play in about 90 to 120 minutes. In this game, players travel with the champion Sigurd through Heathland, both to build defenses to protect the village and to collect runes needed to defeat the mighty and cunning dragon Fafnir. While most heroes quest for glory in the Flames of Fafnir to receive the town's honor, one might seek victory through more nefarious means by joining Fafnir in his destruction of the village. Coming to Kickstarter on June 20th is Imperial Borders by Nightingale Games. Imperial Borders is for 2 to 6 players and will play in about 180 to 360 minutes. With Napoleon's abdication in 1815, the major powers of Europe convened the Congress of Vienna in Austria. Each player takes the reins of a great European nation, seeking to establish a dominating presence of power and wealth through clever diplomacy and strategic warfare. It is now up to each of you to decide how the borders of Europe will be redrawn. Coming to Kickstarter on June 24th is Fantasy Tavern Brawl by Amuri Studios. This game is for 2 to 5 players and will play in about 5 to 15 minutes. Fantasy Tavern Brawl is a fast-paced game where players fling, slide, or drop their cards toward the tavern and then place or remove meeples based on the card's ability. At the end of the game, players count the number of meeples still on top of the cards forming the tavern, with those on higher floors scoring more points. Coming to Kickstarter on June 25th is Ginza Retro Cafe by Nanatsumu. This game is for 2 to 4 players and will play in about 60 minutes. Ginza Retro Cafe is a dice-heavy game about being waitresses in a classic Japanese cafe. Half the game is dice management. The other half is the constant tug-of-war between cooperation and competition. Everyone gains points if the customer's orders are served on time. But if the customer leaves, the served dishes are lost. And finally, coming to GameFound on June 25th is Sirens, The Deep Sea by Forgotten Tales. This game is for 1 to 4 players and will play in about 90 to 120 minutes. Explore the deep sea, collect resources, construct buildings, build supply chains, develop your sirens, and fight against different cultures, monsters, and bosses. There are 2 game modes you can play in this game: scenarios and the free mode. So, those are some of the games coming to crowdfunding this second half of June 2024. Let me know in the comments if you are looking forward to any one of these games, or if I missed maybe one that you are looking forward to. If you're going to be at Origins Games Fair this weekend, come check us out. We will be at the Game Toppers booth. Will and Sarah will also be at Origins. Will be at Kids Table Board Gaming, and Sarah will be helping out with All Play. So if you're there, come check us out, come say hi. We'd love to see you. So until the next video, aloha!